It's time for a look at the world of crypto with Forum Daily's Crypto and Digital Asset Update with Catherine Murray, host of The Buck Stops Here. All yours, Catherine.
Thanks, Nima. Hello, everyone, and welcome to your weekly crypto and digital asset update. I am Catherine Murray. Well, we are seeing cryptocurrencies somewhat flat today, slightly higher as it relates to Bitcoin, but in general, we've seen a massive rally in cryptocurrencies since the failure of SVB, Silicon Valley Bank. Why is that? Just to recap, it's important to understand the fundamentals here. One of the key reasons, of course, is given the fact that deposits are not insured above $250,000. That gives a lot of investors and owners of cash reasons to reconsider owning cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin, of course, is the leader or the dominant player in that. And that is because it's not controlled by a central bank or governments. So that's one of the key reasons why we've seen this massive rally in cryptocurrencies. The other, of course, has to do with the stresses in the financial system, given the fact that there are concerns that it's not just SVB in terms of having unrealized losses, significant unrealized losses on their balance sheet. There are other banks as well. Some of the numbers I've heard are about 186 banks that have significant unrealized losses. And there's the view that perhaps the US Federal Reserve will have to continue to help out these banks. People are saying it's not a bailout, but it certainly is a backstop. How do they do that? Well, they probably have to print money, or they probably have to ease off on raising rates. And that is what we saw this week with respect to the US Federal Reserve, raising rates by 25 basis points, but really somewhat dovish in their commentary. So in other words, we could see lower for longer as it relates to the interest rate environment. What does that do? It basically devalues your money or your purchasing power. Again, another key reason as to why investors want to continue to look at owning or continuing to buy cryptocurrencies. Bottom line, what we've seen is Bitcoin, for one, is up by 12% week over week and up 70% on a year-to-date basis. Cryptocurrencies in total are now just above $1 trillion, so a significant recouping of some of the losses we saw in 2022 following the FTX collapse. And Bitcoin itself is trading with a $28,000 handle on it. So again, a huge move higher as it relates to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I would also, though, just point out that today specifically, it certainly does feel like a bit of a risk-off day. So when you see that happen, you might start to see cryptocurrencies, as I said, just kind of trade flat to maybe down. And the risk-off mood today is really driven by concern in the European banking system. So that aside, some of the headlines that we're also keeping our eyes on today, Circle USDC stablecoin, their redemptions are up to the tune of about $6 billion. Circle had $3.2 billion within SVB, even though they're recouping that money because it has been backstopped by the US Federal Reserve. You are still seeing redemptions within the company as a whole. Also interesting to note, NASDAQ is expecting to launch a crypto custody service by the end of second quarter. So again, you're still seeing some significant movement by big players into the space. According to Ledger Insights, Microsoft is testing a crypto wallet in its Edge browser. So no extension would in fact be needed to be installed. The goal here is really to make crypto much more user-friendly, having it built into the system and built-in security features. So again, NASDAQ, Microsoft moving into the space, or continuing to move into the space. Also interesting, and this is according to Ledger Insights, UAE, United Arab Emirates, their central bank is partnering with a tech company called R3 for their central bank digital currency. So you've heard me use this term before, CBDC, get used to hearing it because you're hearing a lot of central banks moving into this space, creating their own digital currency. Why are they doing this? Why is UAE doing this, United Arab Emirates? They have a massive migrant workforce, and if they have a digital currency, central bank digital currency, they believe more financial inclusion, they can support a cashless society, and also it gives optionality in terms of payment infrastructure. Away from that, as we look at the rules and regulations within the space, the SEC authority, or not the SEC, but authorities in Montenegro have said that they have arrested an individual believed to be Do Kwon, who's the founder of the collapsed company Terraform Labs and Terra Luna. According to local police there, they have arrested somebody using fake ID. And this individual Kwon, has been charged by U.S. authorities with respect to the collapse of the company.